Today we're going to do two more velocity problems to show you how to solve for the other variables. Velocity example 1. What distance can you travel south if it takes you 18 hours and your velocity is 6 meters per hour? First, underline what we know. You know we have 18 hours, which is our time. You know our velocity is 6 meters per hour. You're going to draw your triangle. We have our delta D, we have our velocity, we have our time. We are looking for our distance. You're going to cover up your distance. So distance equals velocity times time. Plug in our numbers. Our velocity is 6 meters per hour. Multiply that by our time, which was 18 hours. Plug it into your calculator, and you get a distance of 108 meters. Make sure you circle your answer. Moving on to velocity example number 2. How long would it take if you started at mile 20, ended at mile 6, if you're going at constant velocity of 2 miles per minute? First, underline what we know. Well, we want to know how long. So we're looking for our time. Well, we start at mile 20 and end at mile 6. Both of these are important. Okay? So this deals with our delta D for our distance. And we know our velocity is 2 miles per minute. We're going to use our triangle. We know delta D, or our change in distance, velocity, time. Well, we know we're looking for time. We have to figure out our delta D. Remember, delta D represents the change. So we have to figure out how far we really went. So for delta D, we have to solve for this in this problem. What is the difference? First, we started at mile 20. You went to mile 6. So 20 minus 6 gives us a delta D of 14 miles. This is the number you're going to use when we plug it into our formula. Now we're going to go to our formula. We know our delta D, we know our velocity, we're looking for time. So time equals delta D divided by velocity. Time equals delta D divided by velocity. We know our delta D is our 14 miles. We know our velocity was 2 miles per minute. (14 divided by 2) gives us 7 minutes. And here's our answer for example problem number 2. So remember, for ones where we don't give you the full distance, you will have to calculate your delta D.